Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my home. I'm Brian. I really appreciate y'all spending time with me on here. I really do. Today, I want to expand on something I talked about earlier in the video titled, What Do I Hope to Achieve with a Union? And today, I'm going to present some evidence that I don't believe anybody in our organization can argue with. But like always, if you disagree, please share that. I am begging for people who disagree to join this conversation. Before we dive in, like, subscribe, share. Keep getting this message out. There's a growing group of us right now that are really grateful for the efforts you're making to include as many voices as possible. So let's get started. I was encouraging others at our organization with that video to be leaders in the community of mental health care providers, leaders that work together to support employees, leaders who find solutions together, and leaders that model to the community that as workers we have every right to say, support us. Recently, we were about to merge with another company. The merger fell through. Frankly, it was a bummer. Initially, I was excited for the merger. They offered a lot of services we don't, and vice versa, and I've used their services and benefited from it, and I was excited to open the door to more opportunities at work, and I was really excited for my client to have swifter access and connections to additional services. But what I learned as the merger was being discussed is they are unionized. Their base pay was more than I was making, and I am not gonna lie, I was excited because at the time 60% of my income was going to rent alone. The merger hadn't even happened yet and I already felt a sense of relief, and I was not alone. Universally, employees at my organization were already feeling that relief. And when the merger fell through, everyone I work with was afraid that that base pay increase just wouldn't happen. But we had already started the conversation about pay, and we had become unified with the support us messaging. As a result, base pay was increased, and I've already expressed my gratitude, and I will continue to tell my CEO, thank you. I appreciate your rising to that challenge, and I am sure it was not an easy lift. But let's talk about that experience and apply the lens of being a leader and modeling. There's a term for what happened. The U.S. Department of Treasury calls it spillover. In a 2023 report titled Labor Unions and the U.S. Economy, Laura Fivesen states clearly the positive effects of unions are not limited to union workers. The empirical evidence finds that these positive spillovers exist. Spillovers she's referring to: improved wages, equitable hiring practices, improved workplace environment. And she continues to say, these estimates are larger for the workers without a college degree, the majority of America's workforce. And I'm going to ask you to lean into who your client is right now, and I'm not going to ask you to assume my point of view or motivation, but, and this is for my CEO, if you are struggling to empathize with my point of view, supporting workers' rights to organize has data backing how it improves the lives of the community. And I am one of many at our organization that have seen that improvement firsthand recently. So let's keep that ball rolling. Let's start to make an impact beyond the walls of our building we work in. Let's show other employees in the area that it can be done. Better yet, this is to executive management and boards. Show other employers that it can be done. We at our organization just saw the effects of spillover and its positive impact. I believe that with a union, we as workers will have the capacity to give another group of employees, and I literally don't care what their job is, the same gift we were given with that merger falling through. As much as I enjoy receiving gifts, it feels way better to give one.